How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and I want to continue my discussion on officers who fall asleep on post. And that's because I missed something I want to add to that video. And again, my perspective is for those who fall asleep on post because they're exhausted. They are exhausted. They worked maybe 3 to 4 16-hour shifts. They're tired. They're getting mandated. They did not volunteer, and management puts them in the post because they're looking for quantity. They're looking for someone to fill that post as opposed to quality. And we discuss who's really at fault when it comes to that. Like when it comes to putting the public at risk. Is it the officer at fault when they fall asleep, or should management hold a little bit of that responsibility? But there's something else I want to add to that, and it deals with third shift, and it also deals with the ride to and from work. So stand by. I'm going to go to my sponsors. When I come back, we'll discuss it.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it. It's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Being a corrections officer takes its toll on even the strongest individuals. The constant need to perform at the highest level, putting your life at risk in a hostile environment, and the mental scarring of traumatic experiences. 31% of corrections officers show symptoms of PTSD, and 66% of people with PTSD also suffer with a substance abuse problem. The Transformations First Responders program is specially designed to help veterans and officers heal from the grips of addiction and PTSD in a comfortable, supportive, and serene setting. You are not alone. If you have questions about the services we offer, give us a call at 866-762-8454 to get more information on this affordable and life-changing program.
Okay, so a couple of days ago, we did put a video up about officers falling asleep on post, and we try to show that sometimes it's not 100% the officer's fault. And again, we're not looking to minimize or negate the responsibility of officers who volunteer or who come to work without being exhausted, who have no reason to be exhausted and just fall asleep because that's how they do their job, and that's disgusting. And this video wasn't meant to help them. This video was meant to help those who are exhausted, working 4 16-hour shifts in a row because the facility's understaffed, and management here is just putting them in the position, because again, they're hiring out of desperation. And then if that officer does fall asleep, knowing that they told management, hey, I'm exhausted, I'm just tired, and management puts them in a position anyway, and that officer gets caught falling asleep, the public will be quick to put pressure on management, but management's not going to step up. Management's not going to say, hey, we're responsible for putting that person in the position, even though that person told us they were tired. No. So this is a way for us to get the word out there. That was a couple of days ago, that video I put out. Now, I want to add something else. I want to talk about third shift real quick. Third shift is a very tough shift because one thing is your body's not meant to stay up that late. No matter how you try to condition yourself, your body's not meant to stay up that late. So your body's going to fight every day to stay up because it's evolution. Your body's tired. Your body's meant to shut down at those hours. But we fight. We do what we can to stay up, and we fight against all our body tells. Our body's telling us, hey, you're tired, you're tired. We fight against it, and we manage to make it through that tough 8 to 12 hours. It's tough, too. It's tough. Now, here's another part of it. First shift has a lot of positions. Third shift has a skeleton crew. When people from first shift start calling out, third shift can get mandated a lot. And their rotation, you could wind up coming up a lot. Because again, there's a lot more positions on first shift than there are on third. So the available manpower to cover first from third is very limited. So you can get third shift officers who are constantly getting hit all the time and also doing I call it an unnatural double. A third shift to first shift. A third shift where you're fighting to stay awake and the shift's a little slow, but you're fighting to stay awake, doing what you can to stay awake, and then all of a sudden you get hit for first shift. And now you got to be energetic, and it's oh my God, and your body's running on nothing. your body's running on nothing, and it's waiting for that moment for you to sit down so it can just crash. Now, after you do that second set of hours on first, and you start to drive home, and the sun's hitting you in the face, your car's starting to swerve, you're tired, you're fighting every moment to survive, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a long ride home. And plus, when you're a state employee, you're not looking at 10, 15-minute ride homes. You're looking at an hour and a half, some cases traffic. Can you imagine fighting to stay awake on third shift after you told management, I'm tired, man, look at the last hours, the amount of hours I put in. I've put in 3 to 4 16-hour work days these last 3 or 4 days. I'm tired. And management comes, sorry, you're mandated. So you get mandated. Now you're fighting to stay awake on third, because that's just natural. And then you have to fight to make it through first, which is your early morning shift. More energetic, so your body doesn't even get a chance to realize how tired it is because you're moving around. But then when you sit in that vehicle, you're hurting. You're doing whatever you can to try to stay awake, blasting that music, rolling down that window in ice cold weather, readjusting yourself. In some cases, pulling yourself over to the side of the road to maybe close your eyes for 5 or 10 minutes because it's so bad. You just feel so tired. Now, what happens if you get into an accident? Will management step up and say, hey, let's look at this guy's work schedule? Most likely they won't. Now, when it comes to the ride home, who is really the one that's putting the public at risk? The officer who made it aware that, hey, I'm tired, but you still put me on post anyway, and then after the 16 hours you send me home not caring, and I get into an accident. Not only do I possibly have a chance of hurting myself, but I have a chance of hurting others on the road. And your family needs to know, if you're an officer and you've been mandated, your family needs to know or be aware of the amount of hours that you put in. And the fact that you better tell them, hey, I didn't want to work today. I was tired. And if anything happens, maybe your family will go back and hold management responsible. As always, guys, love you guys. Stay safe. Tear Talk. Please subscribe, interact, engage.